Hi, Abraham. Back in 2007, I first had gotten into you, and I just went OCD and every day, all day, Abraham, Abraham, Abraham. And I got into my stream, and I started to just ride the wave, and then I began to manifest in big ways, telling all my friends would see, I'm like, well, Billy, what's going on? Like, yeah, I told them Abraham, 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 right? So then we get to about 2015, and I'm riding a big wave, and then tragedy strikes, and, my mother, my grandmother, and my father died. Tragically, things happen, and...
That wasn't tragic, but okay.
No. Yeah, I know. But then the stream went upside down. I was in the stream riding a wave, and then the stream went upside down, and I'm topsy-turvy, going like, okay, what's going on? 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 So I then went into a deep meditation, and I was just meditating through this period of time.
So we might tell the story a little differently. We might say that you're attending to your vibration, always asking for more expansion, and then lived through an experience where there was more upheaval than you were accustomed to, and you weren't ready for it. So you got out of balance with the upheaval, and then law of attraction did what it always does. Whichever direction the momentum is going is the direction that you allowed the momentum to go. But in all of that, did you not regain your balance?
I regain my balance, so we come to 2018, I say...
So someone who's really wanting to be advantaged to themselves and others would tell that story in a different way. I didn't know what I was doing. I sort of figured it out. Things got really good. Things got really, really good, and then I lost my balance a little bit, but I'm back in balance now. In other words, you tell the story in a way that serves you and others, because the word tragic was sort of unnecessary, was the dominant point of this conversation. What do you think you want to convey to us? It's not as easy as you say, Abraham, or I thought I was better at it than I turned out to be, or I've gained some new insights and now I'm in the best place ever, or I accept that there will always be another car that I'm getting out of and getting into and out of and getting into and out of and getting into. What do you think you came to explain to us?
The other lady was up here, she talked about her daughter and the separation, and we went through all that. Yeah. And I have a similar situation, because when the closest people to me are all gone, then I said, okay, I still got my daughters. But they had their own, like I said...
So now this is the way we tell that story. As I was erroneously letting my mother and those people sort of serve the place of my inner being, even though I'd learned about inner being, I was still sort of depending on others. And when they selfishly took off, selfishly and tragically took off, I then have opportunity to shore myself up with the guidance that is real. But I didn't quite do that, and then I was really upside down for a while. And when I came out of the spin, instead of focusing toward my inner being, now I'm focusing upon my daughters for that stability, and they're not that stable.
But I regained my footing, and I got back on my surfboard. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm recreating myself now. It's a new me going into a new era. But then I'm going, okay, you know what? With this separation and with them, and I was planning on leaving like my millions that Abraham helped me manifest to them. And I'm like, but with this level of disrespect, I don't feel like I want to leave them my millions.
It's all right. It's all right. People change their wills all the time. No. This is really a wonderful conversation. So this level of disrespect, this is really a good conversation. So I'm not getting from them what I feel I should get from them. Fast forward, laying in bed, Esther, thinking sort of the same thing, and then realizing I'm not getting what I'm asking for with my words, but I am getting what I'm expecting with my vibration. The fit that you want to throw right now is that you've sort of trained yourself and others to believe that they should listen to your words. But when your words don't match your vibration, you know what's going to dominate? Your vibration. And what you're getting is always coming from that dominant vibration. You got to find a way to make your words and your vibration match. You got to find a way to bring from them what you want to get from them. What is it that you want from them? What would represent the respect that you want to get from them?
Love.
So when you have targeted them as being disrespectful of you, are you offering love? You're not offering love. In other words, it's like Esther standing at the baggage carousel and all the bags have come off and hers isn't there. The thing's going around and around and around and around, and now it's another flight and her bag still isn't there. And she's feeling worried. And then she thought, wait a minute, I can't be satisfied and worried at the same time. Which is it? Well, I want to be satisfied. And so I'm going to find a way of being satisfied around the bag issue. Because I can't get what I want when I'm worried, and you can't get what you want when you don't feel love or when you feel disrespected. You can't get love when what you are projecting, when what you're oozing is a feeling of being disrespected. You can't get love when you've come to the conclusion, you disrespecter, you should love me, you disrespecter. I want love from you, you disrespecter. I want love from you, and I want love from you right now, you disrespecter. Law of attraction says, But if you say, I love you, angel girls, and we've got so much that we've been doing and got to do, and my love for you is because I intend to love you, and I know my inner being loves you, and I know your inner being loves you, and love is the dominant vibration that I've been practicing, and I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. You'll get love back when you love, and if you're not loving, you won't get love back. And you got to stop saying, my words should bring me love. I want love from you. I want love and respect. I want love and respect. I'm not getting it, but I want love and respect. I want love and respect. I'm not getting it, but I want love and respect and love and respect. I'm not getting it. You're getting what you think you're getting, which isn't love and respect. You got to change it and stop giving them the power. Ooh, does that twist your brain into a knot? You want it to be about them because you want so much to be loved and respected that when you're not, you just can't believe that it's about you. But when you accept that it's about you and you train yourself not necessarily to be loved, but to love, well, I would love them if they respected me. The whole world's sort of doing that. If you'll do that, then I'll do this. No, you do that and then I'll do this. No, you do that and then I'll do this. No, you do this and then I'll do this. And your inner beings are just saying, we're just loving you, sort it out. You're just making yourselves miserable for no good reason.
Okay, so I am Abraham disciple. I came to that conclusion. I said, okay, I'm going to go on about my business. How do I get past now? The holidays come. People are with their kids. I got to fly off away from here, not go to gatherings from others because I feel pain, because I can't control their vibration or the relationship. I can let it go in love, but then how can I go?
I don't see any evidence of that yet. It's a theory. It's a theory. It's possible that I might reach that place. You're going to have to come to this place where you own that what you expect from them is what you're getting. And you're still at the place, almost everybody is, where, yeah, I'll change my expectation when you give me a reason to. When you start behaving the way I need you to, then I'll change the way I perceive you. We say, that's not ever going to be the path. It's not what you know, it's not what your inner being knows, and it's not what you want to teach them. You are an unconditional offer of love. You love because it's your nature to love, not because they're lovable. And so where you're crossways is you'll say, I'll love them when they respect me, and I'll give them my millions when they respect me. And we say, if those are the stakes, then you might as well write them out of the wheel right now. The last thing that you want to do is control their behavior on the promise of millions. How awful is that? You don't want to control them on the basis of anything. You want to be in the vibration of love that is you And maybe you'll meet them there and maybe they won't, but if you stay steadily there, you'll meet them there. If you're offering a vibration, let's say you are the broadcaster from the radio tower and you've got a big tower and a big signal and you're blasting it out in the airways. Only those who turn their radios on and set their dial at your frequency are going to hear you. The tower doesn't say, got your radios on? Because we're not turning on our broadcaster until you've got your radios on. They send out bulletins. Everybody in the area, turn your radios on and set it to, and then we'll broadcast. They just broadcast. And because they're steady in their broadcast, then they pick up their audiences. Sometimes their audience stumbles across them. Sometimes their audience was just surfing around. They didn't even know they were looking for them, but they found something they liked there. Your inner being is always offering this vibration of love, which means sometimes if you're in the vicinity, you can hook up with it and you feel great. And you want to do the same for the people in your world. You want to be tuned in, tapped in, turned on to your source and flowing it, which takes some focus and some deliberate intention and some awareness of how you feel, until you're just offering that vibration and offering that vibration. And sometimes they'll be in the vicinity and you'll have a real good time. And sometimes you'll be there and they won't be there. But one thing you can be sure of, you can be there more of the time, so the odds are greater of rendezvousing with them. But most people want to turn that on their head. No, they need to get there and they need to send me a memo. Dear Father, we have decided to respect you. So think about it. Think about it not just being your children. Think about it being the world at large, humanity at large. And think about how if you are living conditional love, which most people are, which means if they are behaving in a certain way, when you see things that make you feel good and you look at them, you feel good. And then the tendency is to say, I want to promote more of that. I'll vote for that. And when you see things that cause you to feel bad, you say, I'll vote against that. But what you don't realize is you're voting for whatever you're giving your attention to, because that's the way you really cast your votes. Think about your two options. All right, I am one who loves conditionally, and I deserve and demand respect from the masses. So I'm going to send out a massive group email announcement. I'll get on all the platforms. There's a lot and more coming every minute. I'll get on all the platforms and I'll send my face out over the airways, and it will say, when you see this face, this is what I need from you. And when you see this face and you project this to me, then you'll get a nice corresponding response from me, because I am living conditionally. So give me the condition I want and you'll get from me what you want. That's a lot of emails. That's a lot of correspondence. That's a lot of stuff that's not ever going to happen, is what that is. Or you could say, I have an inner being who loves, and I can feel when I'm in the vicinity of that and when I'm not, so I'm just going to practice being there as much as I can. That's all you got to do. Just practice being there until after a little while, you're just going to be there. And somebody can have an off moment and you'll just love them anyway, because your love for them is not dependent upon what they're doing in any moment in time. You give them the benefit of the doubt. You know, sometimes they're on, sometimes they're off. Maybe they know about their inner beings, maybe they don't, but words don't teach. Only life experience does. And wouldn't you just love to be the one in so many people's lives who they said about you, I just always felt better when I was with him. He just always made me feel better. That person always brought the best out in me. I don't know why. I just always felt better when I was around that guy. I just felt better when I was around that guy. And that guy's my dad, and I always felt better when I was around him. It was like I just always knew that he was offering love. Even when I knew I didn't deserve it, he still loved me. Isn't that what you want them to know about you? There's another story. If I don't do exactly what he wants me to do, he's going to write me out of the will, the sucker. That's getting you nowhere. You cannot demand or command respect. It's a flawed premise. You just can't. You can just offer love and get love back if they're in the mood, or offer love and not get love back if they're not in the mood. But if you're offering love, there's a whole world out there that's ready to meet you. And lots of times it won't be your family. It'll be a dog that just got a great treat.